Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to What's Up 252. It's also the next in my series of the Road to the NC500 and next in the series of my gravelly grime trial rides. I've made some upgrades to the Planet X Tempest. Probably significant upgrades if I'm honest. I have added the PANARACER GravelKing SK tyres, which I will show you now. Now these are the 37mm small knob variants with the tan sidewalls, and I've just lied, they're 38mm. So 700 by 38C tyres. They are likely to offer more grip as I go up into the woods, hopefully. And they are also about half the weight of the Vittoria tyres that I took off the bike, which I was expecting anyway, but as I'll show you now, I did a full weigh-in just to make sure, being the weight weenie that I am. But because of the extra grip and the weight saving, I don't really have any excuses for not improving my time on the grime trial. Now my current record for the clockwise route is 17:53, which I did on my Specialized Alley with the bigger tyres. Unofficially, I did knock about 15 or 16 seconds of that with my first ride on the Planet X with the old Vittoria tyres on. But I didn't set Strava, so as everybody knows, it's not on Strava, blah blah blah. So there's potential. The weather is stunning, if a little bit too hot. It's actually, according to Wahoo, 26 degrees currently. And it's actually 8:05 in the evening, which gives you an idea of how hot it's been during the day today. But the firmer ground could mean two things. I'm expecting the sand to be slightly trickier because it's not as compact and as dense as it's been where I've ridden on it wet. But going up the climbs on the slippy, what was slippy mud through the woods, and having less puddles to deal with should help me make up that ground. Anyway, enough waffling, let's get on with it. Okay, so this left turn here, through the gate, and the segment starts now. I'm running the same pressures as I was running on the Vittoria tyres, which is about 40 psi at the front and 45 at the back. Oh, trying to pick my line. Not done this for a while. Whoa, yeah, the sand is very slippy. It was digging in a little bit there. Yeah, it's all bone dry down here compared to the last time I came. I've done a few K warm up just prior to starting this, so my legs should be relatively well prepped. My lungs seem a little bit over prepped. Okay, straight line this one. That's it. Whoa, still had a bit of a front wheel twitch and again. I think we're good. That's the sand done. Now this is the deceptively uphill stretch. It goes on for a while before it goes properly uphill. Oh, I run a bit wide there. It's alright, it's all good. Ah, we have a horse. Ah. Okay, that could hamper my performance a bit. I have to back off. It's to the toilet. Thanks. Okay, M25 crossing number 1. We go under, head for the hills. Yo! Oh, I can tell you, it is very hot. And I'm kind of expecting the weight of this bike to counteract the extra grip when compared to the Specialized on these climbs. First climb done. Out we go again. Okay, climbing done.
Down we go. Whoa, a bit of a skid coming into there. Whoa, still pretty mucky here. Oh no, the gate's shut. Alright, coming up to the neutralised section now. So I knock my speed back. Max 30k. I'm sure I could be a bit braver on this bit, but I think a nice safe roll down at 29-30k per hour is not a bad idea. And because it'll be the same on every lap that I do, I won't be making or losing any time, or certainly very marginal amounts on this section. That's it, and power to the line. Oh, I'm in a bad gear, so I'll stick with it for now though. Into the bend, don't crash now, ruin it. And segment just about done. I think it rolls on a bit further. Right, I can see my time on my Wahoo. Wow. Okay, I think the weather had a lot to do with that. Tyres would have had something to do with that, but I did it. The official Strava segment, 15 minutes 45 seconds. So 2 minutes off my previous best. I like that. And that's a more representative time to work from. Try and improve my fitness, and any marginal upgrades I make from here on in with the bike.
Yeah, we have a very convenient leaning post. So, PANARACER GravelKing SKs. First impressions, well, obviously the clock doesn't lie. They took off a serious chunk of time off my previous best, but that absolutely isn't all the tyres. That is as much to do with the weather as anything else. Although that said, I did have to stop to open a gate, and I did slow down considerably to allow the horse and the lady that was clearly doing a wee to come past. But first and foremost, look at them. They look so good. I love tan wall tyres. These are a slightly darker tan than I ideally would have chosen, but the budget I was looking to spend, these fit the bill perfectly. On gravel, absolutely confidence inspiring, brilliant, absolutely love them. Great up the climbs, even better on the descents, and I think most of my time would have been made up on those descents and on the flat rough sections. Very comfortable. I'm running 40 psi at the front, 45, 50 at the back, and they just glide. Right, I'm going to move on and let you know what I think of them on tarmac. So, onto the smooth tarmac. And I have to say, I feel pretty bloody good. I was very impressed with the Vittorias when I first rode them on this Planet X. These might not be quite as smooth rolling. In fact, I'd almost guarantee they aren't. But I'm looking for a do-everything kind of tyre. These certainly wouldn't cause me a problem riding them on regular roads, and they're significantly lighter, as I mentioned. Significantly better performing, it would seem, on gravel and mud. So I think I might be onto a winner. In conclusion, these could very well be my go-to adventure bike packing tyres, and a very worthwhile upgrade. Moving on from that, and because this is an NC500 update as well, on our last little trip to Scotland last week, I'm delighted that virtually everybody said they're up for it. So that's myself, Peter Wilson, Kev Stephen, Darren Smith, Neil Clamp, Jason Arblaster, and probably Sean Lowe. So my next video is likely to be a test of the bags that I got with this bike. I got a frame bag, a bar bag, and a saddle pack, all from Planet X. So I will go through trying to fit them. They actually look kind of complicated, if I'm honest. And take them for a little run, see what I think, see if they're going to be any good for bike packing, or if I will need to upgrade. I don't want to go down the route of the really expensive stuff. I'm really trying to see if you can get all this done on a pretty modest budget. Obviously buying this bike wasn't part of the plan, but this is very much going to be a do everything, have forever kind of bike, or that's the theory. So look out for that video, and then after that I will reveal the route and the plans for my little overnight 2-day 1-night stop off solo bike packing adventure. I do have a route in mind. I've mapped it out on Komoot already, and it looks pretty good. Good mix of on and off road from what I can see. So I will update you on exactly the route, when I'm planning on doing it, what I'm planning on taking, and just take that next step to doing the NC500. Oh, I almost forgot a very important factor. Very generously and kindly, it looks like Peter's wife has offered to basically be a support car for the NC500, which would be absolutely phenomenal. It would mean she would meet us at certain checkpoints each day. We wouldn't have to carry so much on the bikes. In terms of any emergencies, it's an incredible bonus. So, Mrs. Wilson, thank you so much. That's absolutely brilliant. Very generous of you, and would make a huge difference and make it a lot easier for us to plan the rest of the trip, the accommodation, dates, etc., final numbers. So that is just absolutely awesome. Anyway, I'm nearly home, so I'm going to shut up waffling, and I'll catch you on the next one. Yes, I had a slight crash. I was trying to turn around after filming that last shot and couldn't unclip. Boom, down I went. No damage other than a bit of a mess on my clothing and on my bars. I think everything else is alright. So stupid. I've got used to my normal pedals during this last week, riding in Scotland and on Zwift. So these mountain bike pedals are a lot stiffer to clip in and out of, mainly because they're new, I think. So yeah, turn around on sand, front wheel started going, thought I could ride my way out of it. Couldn't, down I went. So anyway, sorry I didn't film it, but hey ho.